Nsem-Pii TV nie.
Paul Adom Ochiri, a esteemed journalist, also a legal technicalities expert. Now, and then you was setting the record straight. NDC agenda to deceive Ghanaians, to entrap the Attorney General through Richard Japan. And now, she said the Omoto Adedi. Paul Adom Ochiri edit the original tape and kasa ababontin. Amagana funyina hu said the asi edun kati amonto ato en obegina TV so ye nyina say ne yehudu hurada nsem en na omo be ye sami gemfi mu ne ko share dem etwitwa tape no bi edi esi ani na yebeka ya Japan de betu dwa say nkomodidi no koso e Supreme Court judge bi fie so when this tape on be boy no ye ti Supreme Court judge din bi hawo ene Paul Adom Ochiri edit tape that includes the mentions of Supreme Court Judge Justice Unikolende Nkomodidi was answering me or the Nina Ababitudja. Now, the best news I lawyer Paul Adom Ochiri assigned at the to Jeffrey William say come 4th June 2024. Justice Efiase Wansaribuchi, the trial judge Abetanaseno. The proceedings are going to be live on TV. Yes, ne hope and national security forensics no. Say NDC wa kukudo no mutimi attend this audio no as evidence or court ye be bubu muni ababe mu na Japan tro awakudi no perjury etimi achi no na incriminate no for going against a oath and was sure court. Now all the details hano mumi enko ninkuti Paul Adom Ochiri enei no krena odi ababetuja.
It's not about 10 justice. Jakpa, how are you? Listen, you have to be careful. You have to say this about 247 so that I can jail him. Nothing like that. In fact, the next tape I'm going to play to you is where you will see that there was an obvious attempt to amend the contents of the tape. In that part, the Attorney General clearly is heard saying, I do not need you to help my case. Because that has been the allegation of the NDC and the allegation of Nsem-Pii here. That the Attorney General wanted Jakpa to help him to be able to jail Atuforsen, and Jakpa said he won't do that. The Attorney General is heard saying it clearly. I do not need you to help, even in the doctor tape. Then after that, they are listening, so they hear that, this thing the Attorney General said, it is going to affect what we want to do. So then Jakpa starts talking in a certain way. You see it. Please play the tape. Have a look.
What is my interest in it?
I'm not asking you to really help me. I'm just going by it. But anyway, so that's fine. So this one was even just by the way.
I hope you get my difficulty. It's because I'm innocent and I'm going through ordeal. So I'm looking at another person also going to go through ordeal, and through me because I know the truth and I decide not to say it. About question sentence. If I go by that way, frankly speaking, what is my interest in it?
I'm not asking you to really help me. I'm just going by it. But anyway, so that's fine. So this one was even just by the way.
I hope you get my difficulty. It's because I'm innocent and I'm going. So I'm looking at another person also going to go through ordeal, and through me because I know the truth and I decide not to say it. About question sentence. If I go by that way, frankly speaking.
All right, viewers, I just want to take you through a small exercise. We'll play the tape again. The place where we put the 4 stars, if you listen carefully, viewers, you will see that after Godfredami, in a very low voice, I don't know why Jakpa was loud because he was recording, he was very loud, and Godfredami was quite low. Godfredami says that I don't need to help me to do the case. In any case, it's okay. I don't need to help me do the case. It's fine. That's what the Godfredami said. Then Jakpa is very loud and talks about, I have gone through ordeal. No, nobody is talking about. The man says, I don't need you to help me do my case. If you will not agree with me on what LC means, it's okay. We'll go to court and sort it out. No problem. I say LC is blue. You say LC is red. Okay, let's go to the court and sort it out. The judge will decide whether LC is blue or LC is red. I don't need help my case. End of story. Then he goes on a tangent on, I have suffered, so I don't want another person, because he knew that he was recording and he was trying to build up this case. Very dishonest, very, very wicked people. Very wicked people. Terribly wicked people. Now, viewers, listen to it again. Now, pay attention to where we put the stars on the video. Please play it again.
What is my interest in it?
Tell Kweku text message.
I'm just going by it. But anyway, so this one was even just by the way.
I hope you get my difficulty. It's because I'm innocent and I'm going through ordeal. So I'm looking at also going to go through ordeal, and through me because I know the truth and I decide not to say it. About question sentence. If I go by that way, frankly speaking, what is my interest in it?
I'm not asking you to really help me. I'm just going by it. Anyway, so that's fine. So this one was even just by the way.
I hope you get my difficulty. It's because I'm innocent and I'm going through ordeal. So I'm looking at another person also going to go through ordeal and through me because I know the truth and I decide not to say it. About question sentence. If I go by that way, frankly speaking.
So if you bring a tape that you have already worked on, in which the Attorney General says, I don't need you to help me do my case. Before then, Nsem-Pii had spoken several times and said that the Attorney General wants Jakpa to help him to do the case against Atuforsen. And that was the point about the conversation. The Attorney General is clearly heard saying, even the one that they have doctored. Attorney General is heard clearly saying that, listen, I don't need you to help me do my case. Then they doctor it, then he jumps. So I'm suggesting that after that one, the Jakpa did the voice over, which they have imported into the thing. That is why his voice is very loud there. They did a voiceover, and that's why the tape has taken that long. From last Thursday, when Nsem-Pii said they had it, it is today that they are bringing, and they didn't tender it in court. They know that the tape will not stand the test of court, because in court they are forensics. And when he tenders it, the forensic experts will come and look at the tape. If the NDC believes that this tape helps their case in the Atuforsen trial, they should tender it in court. And I like what Gofredame said the last time. He said that when the case continues next week, it will be live on TV. I like what Gofredame said, and this is not the first time Gofredame will be doing that. He's done it already with the LGBT. It was on TV. Gofredame is going to apply to the High Court judge and to the judicial system that because of the high public interest in this matter, put it on television. We will all see when Richard Jakpa gets into the box to be cross-examined by Gofredame, and this tape will be tendered. Richard Jakpa will be asked, do you know about this tape? Are you the one who gave it to Asedun Ketia? Please, by court, play the tape. And then the forensic will come and look at the tape and make a decision. What kind of thing is this? What is this? Is that how we want to run this country? Because somebody must win an election, you bring everything down and let our children start learning deviant behavior like this, take tape and doctor it, this kind of deviant behavior. People who have been released from service for questionable character are the people that we should be looking at as role models in our society. Those of you who have young children, is that what you want your children to grow and do? People who have been released for questionable character go and do this kind of horrendous activity and put it out there that because of politics, because somebody must win election, this is what we are doing. He will have to stand the test of time in court, and that will be on national television. Everybody will watch it, and then we'll see. You go and put a tape and say, look at your Papa Penny like this. Why? We all look at us up to say, look at your big man like that. And then you get involved in something like this. Something horrendous like this. Asedun Ketia is involved in it. Why? What's happening? What's going on? You heard it. He said, I don't need you to help me do my case. Anyway, they were also not, they didn't resist the temptation to put out text messages. WhatsApp text messages. Let's put it out. And in doing so, they put some and release some. They put some and remove some. Why didn't they put everything out? Okay, I don't know whether our people have put it together. Have they? Okay. So let me read it as it is, and then we'll be handing over to the social media people. Richard Jakpa says, good afternoon, my brother. I'm Richard Jakpa, a junior bro of Justice Kulendi. Now, this clearly shows that Jakpa is introducing. He is introducing himself. He said, I'm Richard Jakpa, a junior brother of Justice Kulendi. You intervened to secure my bail some weeks ago. Then there's a message deleted. I'm humbly requesting for a time and venue at your convenience to meet you for a private discussion. I'm most grateful for the kind gesture from you. Hope to hear favorably from you, sir. And then says, thank you. Then Gofredame says, I will arrange through your brother. I am most grateful, bro. Something like that. Let's see what continues. He says that, hope to hear from you favorably. I'm most grateful for the gesture. Thank you. And then here, Gofredame says, I will arrange through your brother. Richard Jakpa is the one who reaches out to the prosecutor and says that I am Richard Jakpa. He's introducing himself, a junior brother of Justice Kulendi. And he is telling the attorney that you have done something good for me. He says, you intervened to secure my bail some weeks ago. I am humbly requesting for a a time and venue at your convenience to meet you for a private discussion. He says, I am humbly. This is the same guy who then comes and you heard the tone of his voice. Because today, he knows that he's recording the Attorney General and he thinks that he's going to get something major out of it. You heard the tone of his voice. Listen to the tone of his text and listen to the tone of his voice. You'll see a completely different person. This tone is different from the tone of shouting that I don't want another person to go to prison the way you want me to do it your way. The theory of the case, as Nikita calls it, a deal. Viewers, I can't say more. Let's go to the text messages and see what people are saying. Later tonight, we'll be talking about football.
It doesn't make sense. Because 95 me, I could say that we have press conference at church so much. Me technical man, low.
Okay.
And somehow evidence says you get here, as well as Ghana. What about Ghana for any day? Ghana for any day. It will be a summer court. What about one temper? Ghana will be a baby agina. I am nonsensical, nonsense. Who evidence of aqua court? Say court way, or damn yanini. A Tiamano and prosecute to us. Now, evidence I won't. Court, and also got home.
Okay.
I know we will be an answer not about one thing. Say, me name say contempt to be man, or set you contempt. Because me Ghana for tender evidence am I any day. Evidence not saying get here. What bet now? Why you Mr. No all
95.1.
Any day. It doesn't make sense. Ghana for some area MPP and NDC. Only you jabber to Ghana. Pentecost company for I met a decision sorry like a woman. Most sorry Presby. Now they were MPP and NDC for be able. On best home the whole and Ghana. Yes, or evidence, we don't dispute it. So you write to the court, say, hey, court way, the Papa no, the assembly denuso, enquire ye.
Okay, so Odiketi way, judge cautioned all parties in the ambulance purchase trial against making comments that will
prejudicial. I'm not a marker.
The case, maybe I shall say, let us all get it that this is not a jury trial. And far by prejudicing this case, it is not like, but I'm very disturbed by the public commentary. There is this line that we all have to toe. Honorable Marietta, talk to your team. If anyone makes any comment trying to prejudice or scandalize this court, it will not be easy. Please be careful, all of you. We live in the country where even those of us who are educated may actually not understand the workings of the court. Not to talk of those who have watched American movies and want to bring it down to Ghana. We have our own laws. Justice, Efia, Sewa, Asari, Boche. And neya, no, this I want to know.
As we are okay.
95.1.
Minim so be can we, but me ne ya adwene. Court na asemo. O LC wants to say dunka cha wo kan. LC is as good as cash. LC na say dunka cha wo cheche mu no. It is as good as cash. O opinion say obetua. And your opinion LC for the ambulance. Ye tua. Ana Oman for ambulance ama omode scraps abase mesu senwa. Which is wrong. I'm not saying say to force it before. But person get ya no asama o ka say ambulance
need to come by.
And the money
no
we don't do that. We don't do that. Ambulance is a van a money na set and a friend ambulance. Obaya
But say be a odike niama ni bi wo ho no ma e bia ya to abom ya shepe ambulance ne dia ba niama no so beba ne ya hyehyɛ wo van.
We don't do it. Enya sare.
Ya hyehyɛ preko ne dia ba.
Ya hyehyɛ en friend ambulance. 207 yom di ambulance bia ne kokuma se ne eye trotro. The ambulance bia na e trotro. Ada de free trotro ne free ambulance. Ada wo ya de nyansa bia nim. Why politics ache. But there we are no would get to Ghana. As some of our court be so 2 foot to Ghana for any say court ni nyai. say odami no obi akwadi nkomo na say wo evidence produce it at the court mate say before be bi say before mu tie me amunyai it doesn't make sense nyansa bia ni de mo ye no and asam ye bedi asam no court ni bedi na yet me at the asam na ba is logical conclusion
FM 95.
eti de mo ya no ya nya kwada amamo eti edu nketia ya nya kwada amamo mo maga na ho nto no MPP ni NDC say ya real with the civil war beba because when you benya asoma no be press conference when you benya asoma no be press conference now
just a second me no ebe to aso me ba cho bills microcredits so ya sene wo pa mu ka dwumadi so me pa cho quick credits aye no mo ye adwuma for 15 good years omo an eguso aye no wo mo ye adwuma no say rebrand bibia aye foforo ti me pa cho bills microcredits say ye sika hu nkomo nko ade abra bills microcredits ni ene woni sa nkomo no me pa cho very important say ne dan ka say ne si masika ni nyina ya sesa no ya ne kama eti me pa cho o de wo ha no be dan ya no ate won so say bills microcredits ye ho se be boa o pe sika akwaso te wo dan ka ana o de kotia asase ka o de toka ade bia o pe sika de ye business bia.
Be the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.